Hey guys, Mr. Page here, bringing you an update on my Izzet Drake deck. I had a video out yesterday on it with an initial deck tech. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go over that. For today we're going to be going over all the data I've gathered the last couple days playing this deck. I'm up to 125 games, 57% win rate. If we look at the matchups though, I've sorted it by, filtered by at least 5 games played. And we can see we have our most losses against red deck wins, but it is actually a 59% win rate. So we could eke out some more overall wins by improving the deck against this, even though it is a great win rate. It's just so common in the format. Mono blue tempo is also very common, but we're kicking their ass. So we could probably afford to shift some cards that are good against them out. Our worst matchup seems to be Esper Control. We've played them 13 times and we're at 46%. We have a worse percent against Selesnya mid-range, but that might be a fad deck. I only saw it a few times. It seems to feature a lot of angels and that kind of thing. So maybe we can improve on that matchup too, but I think we really want to try to recover this Esper Control match and see if we can make this red deck wins match even better. Sultai midrange and White Weenie are just as common as Esper Control, so we don't want to weaken those matchups either. So let's see if we can make some tweaks with that in mind. Now, Esper, we could think about like what we want to bring in that's good against them, but also there's a lot of really bad cards in this match. The Shocks and the Lava Coils do essentially nothing, so I'd love to trim on them to improve the Esper match. The question is, like, can we afford to lose some Lava Coils? And Lava Coil in particular is not great against red. It's still a removal spell, so it's good, but it's not the best removal spell there. It will hurt us against Sultai midrange though, and the mirror. The mirror's not common, so I think I'm okay there. And Sultai midrange, like burning a Wild Growth Walker is pretty clutch, but they often grow it out of range anyways. So I think like that's a slow matchup too. So let's see what we can stick in there to help against Esper Control that might also help shore that up instead of a Lava Coil. And I'm thinking another Niv-Mizzet might be the answer. Nope, not less Nivs, more Nivs. So I'll have to craft another one. That's a little annoying. And I'll use my sideboard as a scratch pad here for what we might be cutting. We might cut one Lava Coil. Now, other options here to replace these Lava Coils. If we want to shore up the red deck, some cheaper burn, I guess, cheaper interaction might help. I think the biggest card, though, would be the 05. Do I have one? Possible I don't have any. What's he called? Surge Mare, I think? Yes, Surge Mare. So obviously this just brick walls the red deck. And interestingly, not bad against Esper. It's another threat. You can just throw your mana into it instead of committing more things to the board to get wrathed. And it does loot away your Shocks and Lava Coils that are left in the deck. So let's try. I'm quite skeptical about this, but let's try that swap. So far we've got 2 Lava Coils. Where is that going to hurt us if we look over here? Mono blue, not a big deal. The Niv we've added is going to hurt, and the Surge Mare is kind of neutral. All it does is, actually it's probably pretty bad. They don't have a lot on the ground. They just have the 2/2 Tricksters. So we definitely hurt this matchup with these changes. The mirror match, we have cut Lava Coils, which are very good. Surge Mare's not going to do a lot, but the Niv I'm happy to have. He'll just trade off with the Drake, same as a Lava Coil, assuming the game goes a little long. And he is just like a ridiculously huge threat. Esper, we're obviously targeting them, so this should make that matchup better. Sultai midrange, again, we did like the removal. The Surge Mare actually can stop some Explore creatures from hitting us, so that might buy us enough time, and then those games do go late, so the Niv actually could be good there. White Weenie, the Niv will almost never get up to, so the Lava Coil would definitely have been better. And Surge Mare, again, he can be a roadblock, so that's fine. I'm pretty sure we would prefer the Lava Coil, but so we're definitely hurting. We're hurting these 3 matches, but we're helping the control match quite a bit where we need the help. And the red deck should go more positive with these changes. Question mark decks are just people who scoop too soon or were playing their own homebrews. Jeskai control, these changes are always going to help. They're basically the same as Esper. And then Selesnya mid-range. I guess the Niv might fight their dragons, but it's not great. The Lava Coils weren't amazing there either, though, so that's fairly neutral. Now, if we wanted to help against the mid-range deck, they do play a lot of Angels. And I lost a fair amount to Rhea. Now, like, our removal just does not interact with her well. Sometimes I could shock her and coil her and win a game, but generally Lyra Dawnbringer just kicked her ass. So we could put in the Fight with Fires instead of that last Lava Coil, and this would let us kill Lyra. And against Esper, it's just another thing you can do. I mean, spending 9 mana is not likely to actually let us dome them for 10, but I mean, it's better than a Lava Coil. It might pick off a Teferi and it might finish a game. Unlikely to do either, though. So maybe we'll just stick with these 2 changes. Other things that I might want to cut, let's think about that. Spell Pierce is like really good when it's good, and it's often dead as well, especially against these control decks. If you get a really good tempo hand, it works, but when you go slower, like late game, it's just so easy for them to play around. I think they should stay in, though. Same thing with Dive Down. It's kind of the same. We could trim one of these, I guess, to put in the Fight with Fire. I'm skeptical on this Surge Mare. Like, it is going to help us against red. I think it's worth trying. This might not be great, but I'm going to run a few games with this setup. Stick around and join me, and we'll see if we can make it work. I'll take those out of the sideboard. I have to craft another Niv. That's annoying. I'm getting low on rare. I have as many mythics as rares now. I wish he was mythic. That's funny. Alright. Let's jump into the queue. Now watch us play. Where do we get worse? Selesnya mid-range we got worse. The Mirror we got worse. We'll get rid of that. Go back to this mode. I'll get that spreadsheet set up in a second here. Let's mulligan. Not keeping a one-lander. This seems reasonable. I think we'll throw the shock away. We already have one. Waiting on me. Start with the discovery. We really need a land. Ooh. Sorry, back to the game. Oh, we get thought erasure there while I wasn't looking. These shocks are bad. The fucking dive down's not great, especially when he knows about it. Let's throw away the dive down he knows about. This isn't good, but at least we have 2 divs now. So he's representing Absorb. Almost certainly that's Absorb. Let's just pass. Well, he's run out of lands. I'm going to keep passing here. Hopefully we can get 2 threats in one turn. Drake and a Spell Piercer, Drake and a Pteramander. Alright, now we'll pull the trigger here. I don't want to commit another guy and get wrathed. Surprised I didn't get absorbed there. Maybe he was trying to get a wrath out, but I guess he's only got 1 white. I could have played into wrath. Ritual of Soot, that's a new one. Can't dive down that. Sorry. Let's take a Pteramander now. So he's mana screwed and he's not responding to this guy. Karn, eh? Well, we can hit him with the Pteramander and shock him. Definitely don't want him to have more absorbs. Not shocking now. We want to keep the dive down up. Do we need to? Yeah, he could have destroy target non-legendary creature for 2 mana. Moment of Craving, so we still would hit him for 3. So that's probably fine. We'll just double shock it. I'd rather save the dive down. Get some use out of these shocks. We had to shock it once anyway, so we basically just traded the shock for a dive down. The second shock. Another Planeswalker. He doesn't tuck us. He doesn't know we have the dive down. Another Pteramander's nice. Settle the wreckage. This guy's playing a weird mix. Very weird mix. We've got the replacement threat though, so it's 2 mana to activate him. So I think I'll just wait. I can activate him twice in a row if he ends up trying to shrink him.
No time for a break.
Hopefully this dive down can stop the only thing he can do. It certainly stops the Mortify. Now he needs another Settle or Wrath. Or Consume? Gross. It's like this guy's playing Singleton. We're gonna lose to him if we don't draw our Niv.
You know what? I'm not done.
That the fairy's about to go off. Oh, here's our other tweak. This is way better than a Lava Coil right now. Like, ridiculously better. I guess best case scenario, we're just forcing a tuck, so... Well, he did not tuck. If we're lucky, he was just trying to draw into an answer. He drew a land. No, he had a Wrath, so... If I don't draw a Shock... I'm in trouble. Okay. Keeps him from ultimating. That's what I needed. Now I can draw a Ral or a Niv or even a Drake. Charter Course gets rid of this Lava Coil. No, it doesn't. Oof. That turn started so good with the Charter Course. Dispersal's fine, I guess. We'll fire it off in his upkeep. Nice. It goes off. He gets to play it again, obviously, but it resets that loyalty. Gives us 3 more turns to find the Niv. Now we can Lava Coil our own Niv just to get a proc. Turns on his Moment of Cravings, but we'll certainly do it just to cycle the Lava Coil away. His hand is full, though. He's discarding the hand size this turn.
Hold that thought.
Even with playing the search, he still has to discard. Another Dispersal. I think I need to dig, though. Like, now that he's got his Conta online, too, we just need to get the Nivs going. 6, 7. I'll take the Opt, I guess. There's the first Niv. I can't wait. He could easily hit us with the discard spell. So we're not getting the Lava Coil proc. Yeah, I wish I had some mana up on that turn.
for a break.
I kind of regret having the Niv in my deck. Two of them now, because you can't give this up. Zane could just be chock full of counterspells, and Niv could get us back in the game.
Let's skip to the good.
As soon as his ultimates, though, then we can pack it in. Alright. We'll try a Ral. There's no point in waiting, because... yeah, wasn't likely to resolve. But yeah, there's no point in waiting, because he's going to ultimate anyways.
Hurry.
We have to draw a burn spell again with the other Niv. Yeah, now we can concede as soon as he counters this. Didn't counter it. Might mean he's actually out of counter spells too. Does this mean we're not quite dead? No, we have to still be dead. He can still just ultimate and then do anything to draw cards. As soon as Teferi starts removing Drakes, it's over. A long, drawn-out game, and we end up losing.
You know what? I'm not done.
Yeah, we can pack it in now. That was a disappointing game. I think of Esper Control, if it became a bigger part of the metagame, it would be right to just give up on this deck. It might be right to go back to blue, mono blue tempo, actually. That's a tempting keep. If that op finds us another land, we've got 2 mana cantrips. Too risky, though. And it didn't really have payoff, either. We'll leave an opt on top. We can double opt this turn. Get some power on this Enigma Drake. We'll take a land. Keep this op up. Represent shock. Fourth land. Sure. If we didn't have the Niv, maybe I wouldn't have taken it. But the Niv means we're not really going to flood. We could flood on blue, though. I only need 1 more red for him. Any blue lands are worthless. He's stumbling on lands. This is good. A Drake and the 6th land. So next turn we get to Drake, and then the turn after we get to play the Niv. Ideally, the Niv will come down before he gets to 5 mana. What do we got here? That's an interesting main deck card. Oh, interesting. I could activate him instead. I think we'll go Drake. This is a little better against removal. I guess if I drew like a Charter Course, I could consider waiting on the Niv. Bills off a Finality. If he keeps that, I think it might be worth waiting on the Niv. So playing the Niv basically means we're protecting the Drake and drawing a card. I don't think I like that. I think I'd rather turn this guy on. It's not like we do nothing with this turn. We added 4 counters on him instead. So now we get that out of his hand, and now maybe Niv can take over. Did draw that Charter Course, but we're going to try the Niv. Target a spell or ability? Okay, good. He ran out of removal. So that was a very strange deck. I'm going to call it Sultai midrange. I'm tempted to assign it a question mark, but we'll take the win. A loss and a win, and we end up 24 points behind. Docile Lamb, what do you got for me? Here's our Surge Mare. We're going to keep this hand. Do we Surge Mare or opt? Ooh, the mirror match. We really wish this was a Lava Coil, almost certainly, but at this point, he might be better. Go get him, Horsefish. Let's get my loot on. Guess we'll lose a Spell Pierce. There's not a lot of Spell Pierce targets in this match. There are more than opt. I'm not going to burn it on an opt. We could Spell Pierce like a Lava Coil. Or Charter Course. Even an unactivated Charter Course. Probably be worth Spell Piercing. Search is certainly worth Spell Piercing. I don't want to double activate. Let's keep the mountain in hand. Maybe we want to discard it. These loots aren't great when you've got a 6-drop you're trying to get your enough lands for. I think it's safe to tap out. Can't really do anything to the Surge Mare. We'll get a Drake out. Not sure what's going on over there with my opponent. Don't tap like that. Tap that right. There's our 6th land. Do we want the discovery as well? Nah. We'll fuel the Drake. Just throw it in the yard. The more immediate value. Drawing all of our secret tech cards here. Almost certainly just milling a card with the Surge Mare here. Oh, interesting. Dive down. Lets you get even more pumps. Get them up to a 6-2. Fairy tucking is not gonna do it.
I'm known for my excellent type.
I should have gone for the style points and done that huge Surge Mare play. So that was Jeskai, who was color screwed. That makes a lot more sense. $335. All right. Oh, let's go for one more. I was pretty happy with the changes that time. The Surge Mare actually did some work. Much better than a Lava Coil would have been. This is keepable. We got our cyclers. We got our secret weapon. And we got a Gruul opponent. Can't shock that right now. But I don't think it can grow out of control. We'll be able to shock it next turn. It's not growing at all. We've only got 3 lands. But I'll take the Drake. There we go. The lands flow. Just gotta have faith. I think we will just shock that. He must have mulliganed, actually. I didn't notice that. Don't want that. Do want that. Do want that. He's quite likely to have collisions. deal 6 damage to a flyer hybrid card. Phoenix is a very good reason why we do want those Lava Coils. So against Gruul, I think our changes are going to punish us. This Niv isn't that great either. So he might have been a Lava Coil. Which possibly would have won us the game right there. Happy trading blows. We'll take this 4. Punch him back. Hexproof on his turn, but Rao can still kill him. I'm going to go greedy mode here with such an expensive hand. Try to hit a land with the Charter Course. Nailed it. I think I'll probably just trade this off. I have a very powerful hand, so... Actually, I'm threatening lethal too on the swing back, so if the Phoenix comes... If I just take this... I can opt into a land and then Ral and smack another Phoenix or something. I think this is worth taking, just to try to end this game right here. Well, then again, he might end this game right here. Well played. Oh, we would have been fucked anyways. To be fair of that play, even if this block happened, the pump spell just dominates us. So we would have been at 4 still. We could Ral and kill this, but then we have to chump. Yeah. Doesn't look like we had a winning play there at all. Gruul what? Gruul. Mid-range? Aggro? I think I'm calling it aggro. I'm getting kind of lost in the Gruul variants though. Certainly not a win, that was a loss. So our sideboard changes, best of 1 main deck changes, certainly hurt us there. If that Niv could have killed that Phoenix, it would have been a whole different game. If that was a Lava Coil. I'm going to end this video here, but I think I will grind out a few more games with this deck, this version. Although, it's quite possible that those Lava Coils need to go back in. They're just so bad against Esper. But against those more mid-range decks, you just need them, I think. So maybe we stop being so cute with the Surge Mare. I'm gonna throw back up to 3 coils, and I think I want to cut one of these instead. I'm gonna cut a Spell Pierce. Try this setup. We just got punished too bad by missing out on the Lava Coil there. Yeah, this is what I'll keep running it with. But I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll smash out a bunch more games and get another video out tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon too. If you want to stop by Twitch TV and look up Mr. Page 101, that'll be me. Hopefully I'll see you there.